It's a bold call, but one he's sticking by. Thomas Tuchel's refused to call up Jude Bellingham for England, but he's outright denied there's a rift developing between the two. There's no Foden or Grealish for the upcoming internationals, but that doesn't mean the World Cup squad is decided.
Are there players out who deserve to be with us? Yes, for sure. Is there a way back into this, into the team through performance? 100% for sure.
It's disappointing for those who miss out, but in the eyes of Pep Guardiola, Tuchel can't keep Foden out for long.
Thomas knows what he needs for the national team 1,000 times, a million times, trillion times better than me. All I can say, Phil is still playing like he's playing.
England are set to face Wales in a friendly next Thursday before travelling to Latvia for a World Cup qualifier the following Tuesday. Hear both matches live on talkSPORT. Thomas Frank has confirmed Christian Romero will return and start for Spurs tomorrow. They go away to Leeds in talkSPORT's live and exclusive lunchtime kickoff. Frank says the Elland Road atmosphere isn't the only thing they'll have to overcome.
They defend extremely well. They give very little away in open play. So we need to really be aware of that and really know that this is a game that can be 90 minutes back and forth, small setbacks you need to overcome. But we're ready for it.
He also said it's great news that Rodrigo Bentancur has signed a new long-term contract. Arne Slot admits he'll be surprised if Alisson is available for the first game back after the international break. The keeper's out for this weekend's trip to Stamford Bridge and won't travel to be part of the Brazil squad. Slot's confident they have a solid understudy, though, in Georgi Mamardashvili.
We've seen against Southampton how well he's adjusted. We knew that we were bringing in a very good goalkeeper, but when he plays his first game, that's always the best way of seeing that he's adjusted well or not. And I think we've seen in that game that he's adjusted really well.
Manchester United has confirmed it will hold a minute's silence prior to kick-off against Sunderland tomorrow in honour of the victims of the terror attack there this week. 2 people were killed and 3 injured in a knife attack outside a synagogue in Heaton Park yesterday. There's more news at talksport.com.
Welcome back to Friday Night Live, the TNT Sports and talkSPORT Hour. Every Friday night, myself and Darren will be joined by TNT Sports pundits, presenters, commentators from across the sporting world. Football, rugby, cricket, MotoGP, tennis, UFC, and much, much more. Still to come, we'll be joined by former England defender and TNT Sports pundit Joleon Lescott. But first, we are delighted to be joined in the studio by recently nominated Sports Broadcast Pundit of the Year. Well done.
Thank you.
Ugo Monye joins us in the studio.
Good evening.
How are you, sir?
I'm really good. Really good.
How lovely to have you back with us. We miss you when you're not here, and we love the fact you're in the studio with us.
I'm grateful for the invitation once again.
What? New strap?
Can you describe what you're talking about? Because that sounds weird.
The Whoop Band. I tell you, this thing is brilliant. It's brilliant when you're good, and it's awful when you're awful.
See, I haven't got one. I'll be honest. Bentley's agent promised me one ages ago. Nothing from him. I'll get you one. Nothing.
Is that when he promised Farrell Williams some shoes as well?
Oh, Ugo's come straight in throwing shots out.
Literally.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Windmills from the car park.
Oh. So Farrell got them trainers. I gave them to her.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
I mean, indeed. What can I smell? How's your week been? What have you been up to? Tell me about the Sports Broadcast Pundit of the Year.
Yeah, it's awards November 13th.
Yeah.
It's a night of celebration of everyone right across the sporting world. And yeah, I was notified of a nomination just yesterday. So yeah, really
if there's a voting system, we're voting for you.
Thank you
well
very
done,
much.
Mate. You can buy votes, right?
Can you?
I don't know, can you? When do you find out? How do people vote for you?
I genuinely don't know. I have not a clue about the process.
All right, okay.
But there's some great pundits on there.
Is Keano on there, Roy Keane?
No, he's not. Ali McCoyce is on there.
He's on there every year.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Brian O'Driscoll, legend of rugby.
I know. I'll be
Ian Wright.
Oh,
Right, see, Wright's also on there as well.
yeah, but we love Wright.
Can't go head to head with Uncle Wright.
I mean, to be on the list is pretty special, isn't it?
It's cool, yeah, it's nice. You don't do it for the nomination.
Oh, I do.
I knew that's coming.
I do. Well, hold on. You laugh, right? But it's like start the Premier League season. You want to win it. It's not about turning up, is it?
I'm an Arsenal fan, so I'm just thrilled with the nomination.
I've actually got them.
No, Joe.
Oh, okay.
I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing.
I've got the nominations here because that bit would have been lost.
Let's go.
I can't see Bentley's name anyway. Why are you not on it? Why are you not on the list?
Oh,
Sports Broadcast Pundit of the Year. Why are you not on it?
I'm on that.
I don't think you are, mate.
Mate, me, Ugo,
Yeah?
McCoy, Righty.
Yeah, that's it, just for you.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in. It's nice to see you. Are you still single?
I am, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Slide in.
Pardon? Slide in? Is that your catchphrase? Right, shall we... let's talk about something that might be sliding out. Ange Postecoglou. Struggling at Forest. The struggles continued last night. What have you made of, A, him being appointed coach, and B, his tenure there so far?
It's wild. The whole situation is mad. And he got interviewed after last night's game. I watched last night's game and I felt for him. I felt for everyone involved at Nottingham Forest, because last night should have been a really special night and a night where they'd expect to return back to the big time and win. You'd expect them to win last night, do you know what I mean? And they probably would have won if the old manager was involved. But I think with sackings, it's never fair and equal. Ange Postecoglou gets sacked after the European final. Nuno gets sacked after getting Europe for Nottingham Forest. And I can totally understand as to why fans are frustrated, because there's a hangover from last season, because Andrew was woeful in the Premier League last year, and you've been brought in to be able to level up.
Can I ask you, right? I know football's like no other sport, it's tribal, right?
Yeah.
Your background's obviously rugby, right? Do you get anything like that in rugby?
No, we're way more patient, I feel. Maybe because there isn't a level of money where you can just afford to compensate and just get rid of people. But I just don't like this merry-go-round of managers, because it feels like if one manager's not done a good enough job, they're back on the market and someone else thinks they're good enough.
Yeah.
I don't really get that. So we have seen declines in teams, and in fact Steve Diamond, who's he was the manager at Newcastle Red Bulls, he got sacked, got binned off after one match just this week, actually, just a couple of days ago. But that's so rare. We're far more patient.
Do you know, it's crazy you say that, and I totally agree with you, because you almost there was a period where there was the same managers just getting job after job, and you're thinking they didn't do well at this job, so someone else believes that they're good enough to succeed at their club. They don't do well there, and then someone else goes, but you know what, we'll get him as well. And you're right. I think with Ange, I just think he's off the back of the European Cup. The Europa League, which is a huge trophy for Spurs. Yeah. His league form's been terrible, but I don't know. I don't know if the motivation's not there. But even in his interviews, there seems to be no spark. When he first got to Spurs, honestly, he was a breath of fresh air. Everyone was like, "Oh, and he's going to come, he's going to win a trophy." Like, it was all a feel-good factor. Yeah. Since he's got to Forest, and I don't know if he feels the heat because the fans didn't want Nuno to go. He's almost shrinking before our eyes. Yeah,
and I'll tell you what, after losing, every single interview is not just an interview, it's an opportunity to give a message to the fans. And I watched him last night and I thought, you're not giving anything away. It's not his job to give anything away. But if you lean into it, you show a bit of fight. They got a massive fixtures weekend against Newcastle. If I was a fan after watching them last night and bomb out, having lost their last 6, I'm not thinking that things are getting better this week. It feels like you know where this story ends.
Yeah. Listen, let's move it on a bit. We'll come back to football in a moment, but it's week 2 of the Gallagher Prem live across TNT Sports this weekend. We've got Bath against Sale. That's tonight. Kicks off at 7:45. Just talk us through some of the rugby action that we can look forward to across TNT Sports
big
this
game
weekend.
It's a huge game. Bath are the Premiership Prem champions. They were absolutely sensational last season. They won 3 trophies. Brilliant. First time in 29 years winning the Prem. So it's massive for them tonight. So you can go straight onto TNT once we come off air here for all the build-up. And as you mentioned, kick-off 7:45. Then tomorrow you can join me. I'm going to be at Leicester. It's Leicester against my old club, Harlequins. And then Sunday, Southampton against Bristol. I have to say, the Prem delivers year in, year out. And last week, returning, it was absolutely sensational.
Why have they rebranded it with the word Prem? What's all that about? Do you know?
It's just bringing it... do you know, funnily enough, I always called it Prem. I think everyone calls it Prem, Premiership versus Premier League. It's just trying to make it slightly more distinctive, and the branding around it is not just the words, because it's, you know, Emperor's New Clothes, you could think, but we're just leaning way more into the USP of what rugby is. It's physical. We celebrate massive hits. People get cut in half. The two things that celebrate more so than anything, massive collisions from big human beings and great tries. That's what we love, so that's what we're going to do this year.
Got to ask you about Louis Rees-Zammit. Obviously scored a very, very impressive try against Bristol, I believe it was.
Hold on. Talk us through it, Benny.
I mean, listen, he clocked up 23.5 miles per hour.
Just talk us through the try.
He just,
what was it like?
They give it to him and he just went straight through.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, it was really quick.
Okay.
Is
it like that one on the screen? People are watching on YouTube.
Yeah, look at the speed. On the outside.
Yeah.
He gets the ball 16 metres out in the 80th minute, and as you've rightly said, he clocks miles per hour, 23.5 miles per hour. So I went onto ChatGPT, actually, and tried to clock what the fastest recorded sprint from last year in the Premier League. That was Mickey van der Ven at 23.7 miles an hour. So Rees-Zammit's going just 0.20 miles per hour slower, but this is in the 80th minute after having made...
He's carrying the ball.
He's carrying the ball.
Van der Ven's running with it.
He's run.
It's harder.
Or is he just running to get to the ball?
Yeah.
Well, I can only imagine the moment you're talking about is the goal against Man United.
Nah, they would have clocked Van der Ven running, like chasing someone down.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. But for me, the distinction is, A, he's probably 15 kilograms heavier than Mickey van der Ven.
Yeah.
And he's probably had to make 15 tackles. So this isn't sprinting where you're fresh and you just go off on one. Imagine going to the gym, doing a massive workout, getting into the squat rack, doing a load of deadlifts, and then recording your fastest sprint. It's so impressive what these athletes are all about.
How good is he? Because I know he obviously tried the stint in NFL, didn't quite work. It's hard. I think he made one practice squad potentially. But how good is he?
Very, very good. He's a young man. He's played for Wales. He played for the British and Irish Lions, which is the biggest honour you can do if you're from Britain or Ireland. And now he's come back. It's been amazing, these returning players, whether it's Louis Rees-Zammit, Owen Farrell's back in the Prem. But Rees-Zammit, not just as a rugby player, but as an athlete, he's incredibly special, as you can see there from that sprint.
Okay. We're going to have a quick break. A reminder, by the way, rugby is back. TNT Sports is the home of Prem Rugby, Premiership Women's Rugby, plus all the action from the Quilter Nations series, where this autumn the home nations will take on the likes of the All Blacks, Australia, and world champions South Africa. When we come back to football, ex-Man City and England defender Joleon Lescott will be our guest. Welcome back to Friday Night Live, TNT Sports and talkSPORT Hour. In partnership with the new film The Smashing Machine, is based on a true story. It's in cinemas now. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Premier League 100 club member Darren Bent, former England Rugby Union star and TNT Sports pundit, and everyone's favourite swipe right, Ugo Monye. Still to come, we'll be looking ahead to Leeds against Spurs. It's live on TNT Sports tomorrow. But just quickly, Tottenham midfielder Rodrigo Bentancur signed a new deal at the club. Newcastle manager Eddie Howe has said that he would love midfielder Elliot Anderson back at the club. Right, Man City, they're in action on Sunday afternoon. They go away to Brentford. City currently sits 7th in the league and were held to a 2-2 draw against Monaco in the Champions League in midweek. Let's look ahead to that game now and chat all things football as we're joined by former England and City defender, TNT Sports pundit and superstar Joleon Lescott joins us. Joleon, good evening to you.
Good evening.
How are you, man? You all right? You good? You well?
I'm all right. Pardon?
I said, are you well?
Yes, I'm all right, thank you. You?
I'm good. I can't work out if we're in the kitchen or in your bedroom.
Nah, I'm in the hotel. I'm in the bedroom.
Oh, okay, fine. I was going to ask you if you got your heating on in your house yet. Have you turned it on yet? It's cold out there now.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's on.
We turned on ours last week. Right, listen, let's start with your former team, Man City. Their most recent game, 2-2 away at Monaco in the Champions League. Do you think Pep will see that as points dropped or not?
Yeah, definitely. I think when you can see that late in any game, you always look at the negative initially anyway. But I'm sure when he reflects on the performance, it was a lot more positive than the result. But yeah, to come away with a win would have been more comforting, obviously. But yeah, there's still room for improvement, obviously.
Joleon, it's Ugo here. Pep's been really quite punchy this season about his ambitions in the Champions League. He often just flies below the radar, lets the football do its talking. But it feels as if there's one competition he wants to win, it's the Champions League. Do you think that's where the focus should be?
Possibly. Again, I'm sure they'll be focused whatever competition they're in at any given time. But I think in terms of the Champions League, like most cup competitions, you can have a little bit of luck and be successful. So he's probably looking at that and thinking, yeah, are we as consistent as we need to be to mount a real challenge in the league? Arguably not. But Champions League, just need to qualify, get out the groups, and then all of a sudden you then pick up momentum and a bit of form. And like I said, you can be a bit luckier with the timing of fixtures, the opponent. So he probably sees that as more suited a realistic competition.
Joe, I've got to ask you, I mean, Haaland, obviously he's got 20 goals for club and country this season. He looks like he's come back razor sharp. The last couple of seasons, maybe last season, maybe his general play wasn't as good as we've seen it, but he reminds me of the version that first came to the Premier League. What are you making of his performances?
Yeah, the same. I think he's come back and looks as good as you're saying and suggesting. I think last season obviously wasn't as consistent as we've seen. It was still ridiculous numbers in regards to the games he played, but also I think it helped missing games. You know, it's like Benty, like did he not miss a game for like 2 or 3 seasons? That must take its toll physically, mentally. So then when you do get a break, whether you wanted it or not through injury, you kind of miss it, don't you? You get to recover mentally and then really appreciate when you are fit and then when you are flying on confidence, things come easy. You don't feel tired. You don't feel like hurt in any way. You just get on with it. And as I said, he's in front of goal. He's devastating.
Yeah. Do you think, Joleon, that last season Man City, they didn't win anything? And I just wonder, we talked about this earlier on in the week, whether or not when you're a player like Erling Haaland, who I think is the best player on the planet at the moment, if you need to be a club that keeps winning things, and if you don't, do you think he'll have an itch that he needs to scratch? And that itch could be to one day play football in Spain with Real Madrid or Barcelona?
Yeah, you possibly would argue that. I don't think that comes after one season, especially after the first season you win the treble and score the number of goals he did. So I don't think he's got an itch just yet. Listen, if it continued for 3 or 4 years, I think everyone involved in Man City would have that itch, but not necessarily have the capabilities to move and play elsewhere. But yeah, top players, world-class players, like he's saying, want to win trophies, want to compete at the highest level. We have recognised now that if you're not winning and competing for the Champions League, you don't win the Ballon d'Or. I'm sure he has that ambition, but I don't see or think there's any reason why he would want to be moving soon. He wouldn't have signed that contract last season in the club's most recent worst season and his kind of most down season in terms of goals. So I don't think he signed that thinking, well, in 2 years I'm looking to move.
Joan, do you think City are a little bit disrespected? Because for so much of this season has been about Arsenal, Liverpool going for the title, and even the result against Arsenal, the draw, people saying Arsenal should have just brushed City aside. I can't see it. I just think if you're going to start disrespecting City with Pep at the helm, that it's going to come back to bite you. Do you feel like they've almost been disrespected this season?
Yeah, slightly disrespected, more so taken for granted. I think when you are that good, like Haaland and say Harry Kane, I think people just assume it should be normal for you to just continue that. It's not always that easy. It's not sustainable to maintain the level they've hit prior to last season. So, yeah, I would say taken for granted, slightly disrespected. But like you said, doubt them at your peril. I don't think Arsenal and Liverpool will be doubting them. I think it's the people and teams that don't recognise how hard it is to go and win 10, 12 games in a row. And I think that's the new norm now. It isn't just a case of going unbeaten for 10, 15 games. You have to put 10 wins back to back. So in regards to that, only them and Liverpool have done that in recent seasons. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough task for teams to match that.
A tough task seems to be defending in this season's Premier League. I'm going to give you two strikers, Alexander Isak and Erling Haaland. Tell us, who would you find it most difficult having to defend? And can you tell me the distinction as where their threats really lie?
Oh, good question. Who would be most difficult? None of them going to be easy, and I think that's the thing I need to say here. Doesn't mean I think the other one's crap. You know what I mean? I think that we all get carried away and say, "Well, I'm saying it's Isak or I'm saying it's Haaland." No, he thinks the other one's rubbish. No, but my game and my strengths and my attributes, I felt more comfortable against Haaland. Obviously, not in his current form, but I think our attributes would have matched up. So again, would I've had success? Probably not. But let's not forget I was in Man City's team, so I probably would have been a teammate.
You know what? It was a great question. It was an even better answer. Let's move on to England now. Thomas Tuchel's named his squad earlier. No room for Phil Foden. What does that tell you about his relationship with him?
I don't know about his relationship. I was surprised as anyone. Hopefully there has been a conversation in regards...
Should he be in it, Joleon? Should he be in the squad?
Yeah, I think he should. I think just off current form, I think he's playing as well we've seen. He looks like he's full of confidence, full of energy. He's obviously amongst the goals in regards to scoring and creating opportunities. So I was very surprised not to see him. We don't know if there's been a conversation about needing more time to recover in terms of fitness. So is it been a mutual decision for him not to be selected? I don't know. I haven't seen that anywhere. But yeah, listen, if Phil Foden continues to do what he's doing, I think he starts in the World Cup, never mind he's in the squad. I genuinely feel he has an ability that few players have, and to create opportunities out of nothing. I definitely feel Pep is utilising him in that way now. I know we don't have Haaland up front for England, but we have a very good striker, and I'm seeing a combination and understanding between Erling and Phil this season. A bit more recognition of when to run and where to play the ball. So Phil, for me, definitely, if he continues to do what he's doing, he starts for England.
How important is it that he plays central, Joleon? Because we've never really seen it for England, and maybe that's why his performances have never quite been to the same level as they are for City. So it almost looks like Pep has tweaked the system to get him more central, and that's why he's playing so well. Is that where you see his best position?
Yeah, I believe his best position is in the middle. He's more effective in the middle. But you know, Ben, when you are capable of performing in multiple positions, you tend to be the one that gets moved around. Yeah. But I genuinely believe this season Pep has recognised that when games are tight and teams sit deep, Phil has the capabilities to unlock something. He has the ability to draw in 2-3 players and then have the ability to make the right decision. So I think he's probably one of the few players that Pep allows for his attributes and his ability to be instinctive rather than it just be part of the system and part of the structure. It's like, okay, we want you in these areas. Can we get Phil the ball in these areas? And then all of a sudden now you become Phil Foden and you create the moments.
Question for you guys, you're the football guys. Do you think we get carried away or hung up so much on the squads? We play Wales and Latvia. Do we need to be selecting a full metal jacket squad for each and every single international? They're games that we're expected to win. The only squad that matters to me is the one that he takes to the World Cup. And we often talk about player minutes and player wealth and all the rest of it. Phil Foden, he knows within himself that he's playing well. Pep will be reinforcing that he's playing well. Yeah, maybe the ego takes a bit of a dent that you're not involved in England because that is the highest honour. But equally, I'm thinking, if we can save him now, look after him, manage his minutes, so long as there's a good relationship between player and coach, this game in October, over the next couple of weeks, no one's remembering it. It surely has zero impact. If he plays well against Wales, that's not a massive tick in his box to make sure he goes to the World Cup. I don't know.
Joleon?
Yeah, no, I agree. I totally agree with that. And also believe that the manager has to prepare for the worst case scenario. If Phil Foden, Cole Palmer and Jude Bellingham are playing for all their clubs and as well as we expect, they go. Like, there's no doubt about that. But if they're not fit for any reason, then he has to know what the alternatives are. So you might as well try and manage them alternatives and understand them alternatives before you are experimenting in a tournament. How often do we go to tournaments and players are getting their first opportunities and we don't know how they're going to fare? There's a lot of pressure, responsibility playing for, obviously, for the national team. So, like, Anderson has shined the last camp, fully deserves to be in the squad. And as I said, if everyone was fit, does he go? Maybe not, but he's given the opportunity now, and now we know he can perform for England. So I think it's not as clean cut as people are being dropped. I think he's thinking outside the box, and rightly so, because we don't know who's going to be fit or who's going to be in form come the summer.
Joleon, thanks for coming on. Before I let you go, earlier on I was talking about what I'm having for dinner tonight. I think fish and chips is up there with maybe one of the best meals you can have on a Friday night. What have you got? What's planned for you?
Yeah, I think I'm going for steak tonight, but fish and chips. What are you? What the condiment? What is it? Curry sauce or chickpeas?
Oh, you can't have curry sauce on shove. I'm not from that.
You're weird at that, though, aren't you?
No, I mean I'll go traditional. I'll have just some ketchup and some salt.
No, do you know what? He don't like vinegar. Weird.
No, because you're putting acid on it. I don't get that.
Weird.
Acid? No, it's vinegar.
Also, as well, Joleon, you does well.
He obviously doesn't clean his chicken.
I hope that's not a euphemism.
I'm signing off.
You're one of them boiled chicken brothers, aren't you?
Just so it's on record, I clean my chicken every morning. All right, listen, thanks so much for coming on.
One, Jay.
Have a lovely weekend, Joleon.
Yes. See you in a bit.
Thanks, man. Remember, TNT Sports is the only place to watch every big competition, with over 700 matches broadcast live, including the UEFA Champions, Europa and Conference League, the Premier League, and the Men and Women's FA Cup. Still to come, we'll be looking ahead to Leeds against Spurs, a game you can watch live on TNT Sports tomorrow lunchtime. What a game that will be. First, though, it's time for the last no Googling of the day. Ahead of Chelsea against Liverpool tomorrow. Another mouth-watering game. We want to know who was the last player to move directly between the two clubs.
I think I know it.
I don't think you do.
Right, that's what you...
Surname begins with what?
That.
No, you do know it.
Do you know why? Sorry, do you know why this is?
We don't give the answer.
It was on breakfast the other day.
No, you give it the answer. Okay, let me tell you, it's not Alan Brazil. The answer to that and loads more coming up in the last 30 minutes. Make sure you join us right after this.
It's a bold call, but one he's sticking by. Thomas Tuchel's refused to call up Jude Bellingham for England, but he's outright denied there's a rift developing between the two. There's no Foden or Grealish for the upcoming internationals, but that doesn't mean the World Cup squad is decided.
Are there players out who deserve to be with us? Yes, for sure. Is there a way back into the team through performance? 100% for sure.
It's disappointing for those who miss out, but in the eyes of Pep Guardiola, Tuchel can't keep Foden out for long.
Thomas knows what he needs for the national team 1,000 times, a million times, trillion times better than me. All I can say, Phil is still playing like he's playing.
England are set to face Wales in a friendly next Thursday before travelling to Latvia for a World Cup qualifier the following Tuesday. Hear both matches live on talkSPORT. Thomas Frank has confirmed Christian Romero will return and start for Spurs tomorrow. They go away to Leeds in talkSPORT's live and exclusive lunchtime kickoff. Frank says the Elland Road atmosphere isn't the only thing they'll have to overcome.
They defend extremely well. They give very little away in open play. So we need to really be aware of that and really know that this is a game that can be 90 minutes back and forth, small setbacks you need to overcome, but we're ready for it.
There's more news at talksport.com.
Back to Friday Night Live, TNT Sports and talkSPORT Hour with me, Andy Goldstein, Premier League 100 club member Darren and former England Rugby Union star, TNT Sports pundit, and the sausage in the drive time hot dog.
Hey,
it's Ugo Monye.
Excuse me?
That's what I thought. I like the filling, the goodness, the filling. What's wrong with that?
What's I feel about that?
Yeah.
Made me feel uncomfortable with that.
Wait, like I'll be the mustard. Benny can be the onions, you'll be the sausage. Is that all right? What's wrong with that?
Yeah, it's fine.
I don't know what's on your mind. I'm talking about food. I'm starving. Before the break, I asked a question which Benny thought he got right.
No, I got it right.
No,
I'm joking with you.
Ugo, will you tell the truth? What happened in the break? I asked the question, who was the last player
remember the sausage comment, yeah?
to move directly between the two clubs, Chelsea and Liverpool? Now, what did Benny say in the break?
I didn't hear what Benny said.
Ugo, do you want to come back on the show?
I would love to.
I'll get you back on.
Ugo, you speak to the pilot or one of the trolley dollies?
No,
all I heard was, is it Victor Moses?
Thank you very much.
And who did you hear that from?
Well, nobody.
Did you hear that from Darren's mouth?
No, he's written it down.
I've
written it down, see? Victor Moses.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
What was the other name you said?
Pun?
Moreno.
Follow us at 7. Hugh will be hosting live Premier...
No, I'm here now with you.
Huh? With
me?
you? No, he's not here. I'm here.
Oh, sorry.
Hugh Wozencroft hosted live Premier League football as Bournemouth face Fulham. I mean, that gag will keep going and going and going. Over on talkSPORT 2, you can hear the Hollywood derby between Wrexham and Birmingham. We'll bring you the team news, actually, from those games as soon as it drops. And there's action in the WSL this evening as Chelsea head to Manchester United. Natalie Pike is watching that one for talkSPORT. She's got all the team news for us now. Natalie, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Jen. So the WSL's two remaining unbeaten sides go head-to-head at the newly named Progress with Unity Stadium in what promises to be one of the standout fixtures of the season so far. So, long-time defending champions Chelsea have not been beaten in the league in over 500 days. Tonight they face their toughest test of the season so far. Hosts United know that victory would not only send a huge statement, but it would lift them above Chelsea and into top spot. So Maya Letitia will again lead United out tonight. She makes her 71st consecutive start for the club, which is phenomenal. There's just one change from the team that beat Liverpool. So it's in-form Mallard drops to the bench with Sandberg returning to the team after illness. She's likely going to sit at left back with Rolfo pushing further forward. And then for Chelsea, 3 changes from their 4-0 win over West Ham. So in defence, Carpenter comes in for Berman, and in midfield it's Macario and Baltimore that will start, with Jean-Francois and Thompson on the bench. It is second versus first. It's Manchester United versus Chelsea.
Good work as always. No, don't show Ugo my Goldstein's Golden Pace, because it's for people with hair. Do you know what? I've actually got some Mr. Sheen in there.
I could get that. That's that hot dog and
Mr. Sheen.
Right. Right, can I ask you a question about your hair? Right?
Yeah,
if you didn't grow your hair for like 5 months, what would I see?
Just a small afro. I've actually got a strong hairline.
Just at the back of your neck.
Legit. Honestly, I just like it all off. You're on fire. What's wrong?
Have you really got a strong hairline?
I swear.
Why don't you like hair?
I just like whipping it off.
Show me. Take the cap off. You got a good hair.
Strong, isn't it?
Yeah, you got a good hair.
I think that's more you.
But this is me. Yeah.
I think if you started growing hair,
do you know what? I don't know why. The moment you took it out, I thought I might not have fish and chips. I might have eggs tonight.
He's unreal.
Honestly,
this the guy who eats dates with a chopstick.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, but there's a reason for that.
Why is that?
I'm clogging up. They're not dates. They're not dates. What are they?
Prunes. But why are you eating with chopsticks?
Because you don't get my hands greasy, do I?
Fork?
Right, another big game takes place tomorrow lunchtime. I can't wait for this. Leeds host Spurs. What a huge game. That's a game you can watch live on TNT Sports 1 with coverage starting at 11 a.m. Someone to be part of that coverage is the former Leeds forward and TNT Sports pundit, the brilliant Lucy Ward. She joins us now. Lucy, good evening to you.
Evening, boys. You okay?
I'm good. But if you had to eat prunes, would you eat them with chopsticks or your bare hands?
Fruit? No. For bare hands, I'm from Leeds.
Okay.
And she's normal.
Out of a newspaper. Right, listen, we'll start with Leeds, shall we? They're 12th in the table, 2 wins from their 6 games so far. I think it's been a really solid start for them, don't you?
Yeah, I think they've done really well. I think Leeds fans were a little bit wary because of what happened before in the Premier League, and Daniel Farke with Norwich didn't really set it alight. So they're unbeaten at Ellen Road, so that's really key. I think they've been unlucky at times, and they haven't really managed games well. I think they conceded late against Fulham and then against Bournemouth last week, so it could have been a lot better. But I think Leeds fans are happy. Yeah,
Lewis, you mentioned him there, Daniel Farke, and he was probably one I thought getting promoted with Leeds. Is he good enough to succeed? Because as you said, the campaigns with Norwich weren't good at all. But do you think he's now starting to prove people wrong, or do you think it's too early?
I don't think it's easy at Leeds. It's a really emotional club. I should know. I spent a lot of time working there. But I think Daniel Farke's got confidence in himself. I think he did well when he first came in because it was a bit turbulent. And I just think, Darren, that I think he's using the experience that he's gained when he was in the Premier League last time with Norwich and it didn't quite work out, because he's just changed the way that they're playing. They're a bit more direct. And they had lots of possession last season in the Championship. They get up the pitch quicker now. They compete for second balls. The transfer window, they've gone for physical players who can get about the pitch. And I think that is all part of just the best possible way that Leeds can stay up is what they've done. And so it's a good start. And it'll be interesting to see what happens if it does start to wobble with Daniel Farke.
It's been a good start, and they'll be hoping that continues. I listened to you on commentary last night at Nottingham Forest. That was awesome. Really, really good game. However, Ellen Road, one of the reasons as to why Leeds might stay in this Premier League is just the sheer atmosphere and energy that they bring. As someone who's proud and local to that area, can you tell us what that is like and what Tottenham are set to face?
Yeah. So it's a one club city. So, it's ups and downs, you've heard the song, etc., etc. But I think Ellen Road is very, very powerful. I think it's very powerful when you're doing all right and you're winning, but it's also powerful if the team are not doing well. I've seen it plenty of times over the years where, for some players that shirt's been too heavy to wear, but when they're behind you, that crowd, it's absolutely incredible. And I mean like noise, because it's quite an old school stadium as well, a couple of new stands, but more or less old school. So right on top of the pitch, the dugouts are really close to the fans, so that the opposition managers get some stick. So yeah, I think that if they can do what they're doing at Ellen Road and continue with that throughout the season, I think they'll be they'll stay up quite easily. But yeah, I mean, it's mad. Leeds fans are crazy. Honestly, I walk the dogs every day, and we come across people who will constantly talk about Leeds. They're so pleased that they're back in the Premier League, and yeah, it's a mad place.
Lucy, how important do you think Dominic Calvert-Lewin's going to be? Because touch wood, he seems to be playing more minutes now. He looks like he's getting a bit of consistency. Do you think he's going to be huge in the fact that I still don't think Leeds will go down now? I know it's early, but I think they've got enough to stay up. But how important do you think he'll be?
I just think, Darren, is like his Premier League experience. Leeds haven't had a proper number 9 for a while, and even though his injury record is not that good, and he's not scored that many goals for Leeds yet, I just think the additional stuff that he does, so the players can play it up to him, and they know that he'll fight for it with centre backs. They know he'll duel. They know he'll get little flicks on. So I think that he's getting in the right areas. He's just missed quite a few chances, and I think he's a little bit of a 1 in 8, 9 shots before he scores a goal. I think he's been at that throughout his career, but the fact that they've got quick wingers at Leeds, so he can bring those into play. So I think that he started very well, and I just caveat that with he has to stay fit, because I think that Leeds have struggled to score goals at the start of this season, and if they lose him, then it'll be an issue.
I was just having a look at that. You mentioned struggled to score goals. Scored 4, conceded 9 up against Tottenham that have got serious threat. What have they got to tinker and get right defensively just to be able to protect the guys up top if they're not in great goal-scoring form?
Well, they've actually been defensively. They've been good. I think they've got a couple of players here who are sort of 6'3", 6'4" midfield and centre back, and it has made a difference. But if the lads up front are not scoring, it just puts more and more pressure on that defence. And so you saw at Fulham, it was quite even. They were going for a point and then conceded right at the death. I think it was an own goal from Goodmanson, who's actually been very, very good. So they have to get the goals from open play. Spurs have got the same problem, to be honest, in terms of that they've got quite a lot of set piece goals, not really that many open play chances, but they're missing quite a lot of players through injury. So it'll be a really interesting and tight game, I think, tomorrow.
Reminder, everyone, that game you can watch live on TNT Sports 1. Coverage starts at 11. Lucy, how do you think it will go? What will the score be?
Oh, dear. You always put me on the spot. I can't go against Leeds because you could have asked me afterwards because the fans won't be happy.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll say give me 2 answers, one with your heart, one with your head.
Okay, right. So I think it's going to be 2-1 to Leeds, and also it's going to be 1-1.
Okay, all right. So they're not losing. Listen, always a pleasure. Enjoy the game. I think it's going to be a cracking game. Thanks so much for your time.
Cheers,
have a nice
Lucy.
weekend.
Cheers, boys.
Reminder, TNT Sports is the only place to watch every big competition with over 700 matches broadcast live, including the UEFA Champions, Europa and Conference League, the Premier League and the Men's and Women's FA Cup. Welcome back to the last part of Friday Night Live, TNT Sports and talkSPORT Hour, brought to you by, will you two shut up, brought to you by the upcoming film The Smashing Machine, starring Dwayne Johnson. It's out in cinemas now.
He's lucky the mic was off. That's what I was going to say.
What Ugo said?
Yeah, because his was the only one that was off.
You are lucky. Ugo Monye is here. Only for about 10 minutes, then he's off on a hot date.
Oh, no.
Following.
Told you. You should have told him don't tell him nothing. Don't tell him nothing.
The ladies are going to have fun tonight. Following us at 7, Hugh will be hosting.
Mate, I'm here with you. I told you so. I'm here now.
No, I said Hugh will be hosting live Premier League.
Mate, I'm here with you now.
Wozencroft.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Yeah, we're hosting live Premier League football as Bournemouth face Fulham. The team news for that is in, actually. Let's go over to Jim Proudfoot, who can tell us more. Jim, good evening.
Evening, Andy. Well, a Bournemouth win tonight will take them up to second in the table. They make 4 changes to the side that drew at Leeds. Recalls for Hill, in for Alex Jimenez, Scott, who replaces Christie, Brooks, who's in for Adley, and Tavernier is preferred to Kluivert. Julio Soler is away on international duty at the Under-20 World Cup. Fulham's main problem areas up front. Rodrigo Muniz is injured. Raul Jimenez hasn't made it either. He was off at Villa last week because of injury when scoring the goal. He's unable to feature tonight. So the only change is Diop coming to replace him. That will necessitate a tactical reshuffle, either as a back three, potentially with Alex Iwobi playing as a false 9. Harry Wilson faces his old club. Bournemouth will line up with Petrovic in goal, Hill, Diakite, Senesi and Trufair, Scott and Adams, Brooks, Tavernier and Semenyo with Evan Nielsen. As I say, for Fulham, could be a back three. It could be the same shape, 4-2-3-1. Leno in goal, Castagna, Anderson, Diop and Bassi, Lukic and Berger, Wilson, King and Sessegnon, and Alex Iwobi through the middle. Your guess is as good as mine. Scott Minto's alongside me for Bournemouth Fulham, and the build-up starts at 7 ahead of an 8 o'clock kickoff here on talkSPORT.
Thanks for that, Jim. Over on talkSPORT 2, you can hear the Hollywood derby between Wrexham and Birmingham. Adam Bridges there. He's also got team news for us. Bridgie, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Hollywood derby, the lack of Hollywood stars tonight. No Ryan, no Rob, and no Tom Brady here either. Maybe the weather's put them off. It's rather wet and windy. One change for Wrexham from the draw against Leicester in midweek. Brunt is out. Doyle comes in to their back three. As for Birmingham, who haven't scored in their last 3 away games, 5 changes from the last gasp draw against Sheffield Wednesday. One of those is a change in goal. Allsop's out. Cashin, Doyle, Kyogo and Asai Samuel also drop out the side. Beadle, Robinson, Leonard comes in for his first start. Paik and Dykes will come up top as well. Remember these two sides, they were the top 2 in League One last season. They meet in the top 2 divisions for the first time since 1980. And Chris Iwelumo is alongside me on talkSPORT 2, kick-off 8 o'clock.
It's time.
It is tight and tense.
We're flying and our fists are punching. DB versus TNT.
What drama on talkSPORT, just when you think you've seen it all.
Good night.
No, don't go to bed yet, because it's our brand new feature, DBV TNT bracket Sports, where each week on Friday Night Live, Premier League 100 club member Darren Bent has been pitting himself against our special studio guest from TNT Sports. This week, of course, we're joined by a former England Rugby Union star, TNT Sports pundit and ladies' man, Ugo Monye. Every Friday, they'll be predicting some of the biggest games from the weekend. If they correctly predict the result, they'll be given a point, but if they get the score in the game bang on, they'll earn themselves a massive 3 points. We'll be tallying up the scores throughout the season with TNT Sports expert pundits working together to hopefully beat our very own Darren Bent. Now, pains me to say, it was an unbelievable week for Bentley last week. He bagged a massive 6 points after correctly predicting.
Yeah.
Nasty.
I said it, did I? No, let's read it out.
Brentford 3-1. And Arsenal would win 2-1. Well done. Well done. Good work. So the score currently is Bentley, you've regained your lead. You're 17 and TNT Sports 13. So Ugo, pull yourself.
Sorry, right? Theoretically, right, I could not lose this, because I could just keep copying them every result they do.
Yeah, but you're better than that.
No, but I might do that.
We'll go at the same time.
Okay, well, listen, Ugo and Benny, you've both got 30 seconds. Well, you've got as long as you want to predict the following ones. Tomorrow at 12:30, Leeds against Spurs. It's a game you can hear live on TNT Sports 1. Ugo, the lead is man. How'd you see it going?
2-2.
Why do you think that, Ugo? Tell me why.
I just think it's going to be a real open game. I know Leeds have struggled to score goals, but I think Tottenham just provides so many opportunities. I can't believe I'm saying this on over that. But yeah, I reckon there'll be loads of goals in it. 2-2. Can't pick a winner.
Okay, 2-2. Cut music. Benny, how'd you go?
No music for me?
No, not for you. No.
Yeah, listen, I understand what Ugo's saying. I almost thought 2-2 was kind of the same scoreline for me. So Yeah, unfortunately, this one, I'm going to go 2-2 as well.
Oh, you don't start doing that.
No, but I just, that one...
Don't start doing that.
In that one, I'll go first the next one.
He's so Arsenal. He's defending a lead in October.
Oh, yeah. 2-2.
Okay, you going first on next
I'm
one?
going to, yeah.
4:30 Chelsea against Liverpool.
Right, so this one, always a good fixture. I believe Chelsea, maybe not in great form at the minute, so I'm going to say 2-1 to Liverpool.
Okay. Ugo, what do you think it's going to be?
3-1.
Hold on, Ugo.
Oh, here we go.
How'd you see it going, Ugo, ladies, man? Out on a big old date tonight with the ladies. Let's have some champagne to start, some oysters, get things going. And then we'll see what happens.
Yeah, prunes with chopsticks.
Is that the name of your autobiography?
Yes. I'm going 3-1 Liverpool.
Oh, are you really? Away win?
Yeah, I am. I think they're going to click. They've been under unfair pressure, I reckon, this last week or so.
Okay.
But yeah, there we are.
All right, the last one will stay with you, Ugo. Sunday at 2 o'clock, Newcastle against Forest. How do you see that one going?
3-1.
And Betty, how do you see it going?
I'm going to go 3-0 Newcastle.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, we'll find out how you get on next week's show. Ugo, thank you for coming in as always.
Thank you.
We absolutely adore you in the studio.
We love you.
Listen, you have a good night tonight. And Ugo, look at me. Make sure you be safe tonight. You know what I'm saying? Me and Betty will be back. That's my outline. That's my outline. Be safe, everyone. That's what I say. Be safe, everyone. But be safe, Ugo. I'll leave you with the proper outline, Betty. We'll see you on Monday at 4. DB?
Stay kind, stay curious, and we'll catch you on the airwaves again soon.
Yeah, baby. No worries.